Choosing the best down jacket for climbing Kilimanjaro. How do I keep warm while climbing Kilimanjaro? At higher elevations, Mount Kilimanjaro can be brutally cold. You'll need a quality down jacket, also known as an insulated jacket or a puffy jacket, to keep you warm. A down jacket is an insulating layer used for chilly to extremely cold weather. They're usually worn at camp in the evenings, during the nighttime summit assault, or for short periods of time while taking a break on the trail. One of the most common gear mistakes people make is bringing a down jacket that is not appropriate for the weather conditions. In this video, I'll discuss what things to look for in a down jacket for climbing Kilimanjaro. Down insulation. When it comes to serious insulation, the top choice to battle the extreme cold is down. Down is a cluster of fine feathers found on a bird under the more robust exterior feathers, usually from a goose or a duck. Down clusters lie beneath on a bird's belly and are light and fluffy. With a superb warmth-to-weight ratio, there is no better insulator. How it works is that down clusters trap pockets of air, which in turn trap warmth from your body, providing insulation. Field power and weight. Both the field power and field weight are necessary to properly evaluate a down jacket. The term field power is a measurement of the loft of the down. In other words, how fluffy is the down in the jacket? Specifically, field power measures the amount of space 1 ounce of down will occupy in cubic inches. So 1 ounce of 800 field power takes up 800 cubic inches of space. The more loft the down clusters have, the more air that is trapped and the more insulation that is achieved. So the higher the field power number, the warmer the wearer will be, all things being equal. The term field weight refers to the weight of the down. The more down there is, the heavier the field weight and the warmer the jacket. While most brands tell you the field power, they don't always tell you the field weight, which is why field weight is often overlooked. However, field weight is very important when it comes to the performance of the jacket. So without the field weight, consumers are forced to guess on just how warm a jacket might be based on the field power, weight of the jacket, and how thick and puffy it appears. It's definitely not ideal, but with some trial and error and experience, it can be done. Synthetic insulation. Synthetic down is a material that mimics the qualities of down by also trapping air in pockets. There are many trademark names for synthetic insulation, such as PrimaLoft, CoreLoft, PolarTech Alpha, Turbo Down, Thermoball, ThermoQ Elite, and PlumaFill. Each has their own technology, and of course they all claim to be the best artificial down. Synthetic down is generally heavier than natural down because its polyester fibers have a lower warmth-to-weight ratio. In other words, to achieve the same warmth as natural down, synthetic down needs to be slightly heavier. And because it's bulkier, it's not as compressible, so it doesn't pack down as well as natural down. These are the main disadvantages of synthetic down. The main advantage is that it is much more moisture resistant. If it gets wet, it will dry faster and retain its loft, staying warm when wet. On the other hand, if real down gets wet, the down clusters lose their loft and it no longer works, and it takes forever to dry out. Finally, synthetic down is much more budget friendly. The cost to manufacture synthetic insulation is less expensive than the cost of collecting goose down. The difference is reflected in the price. Unlike natural down, synthetic down does not have any parameters for gauging its warmth, such as field power or field weight. Therefore, it's much more difficult to determine the warmth of a synthetic down jacket. Selecting a down jacket. Here are my recommendations when it comes to choosing a down jacket for Kilimanjaro. Your down jacket should have a field power of 650 or more. The higher the field power, the warmer the insulation. My personal down jackets all have 800 field power. Your down jacket should have a field weight of 200 to 300 grams. Keep in mind this is the recommended weight of the down only, not the weight of the entire jacket. So-called down sweaters or ultralight down jackets are not warm enough for the mountain. Get a jacket with a hood. Being able to shield your head from the wind will keep you significantly warmer. Any serious down jacket will have an insulated hood. Look for a jacket that has not only hand pockets, but a chest pocket and inside pockets. These pockets come in handy to carry gloves, phones, batteries, snacks, lip balm, and other knickknacks. Find a jacket that can be stuffed and packed in its own zippered pocket for convenience and portability. And finally, your heavy down jacket is meant to fit over your other layers, including the hard shell. It is the last layer you will put on. Here is my personal collection of down jackets. These 4 are made of real down, and these 3 are made of synthetic down. First, let's discuss the synthetic down jackets. Just from their appearance, you might guess that they're not warm enough for sub-zero degree weather, and you'd be right. This Gold Mountain Hardwear jacket and Camo North Face jacket are not appropriate for Kilimanjaro. They would be fine as a mid-layer, but you would want another heavy insulated jacket in your kit to serve as your outer layer. This blue First Ascent jacket, on the other hand, is warm enough. I've worn this on a couple of my Kilimanjaro climbs and it performed well. It weighs 21 ounces. Next, let's look at my down jackets. Each of these contain a fill power of 800, so they each have high quality down clusters with plenty of loft. The orange North Face jacket is the lightest one, weighing in at 12 ounces. The blue North Face jacket is the next lightest, at 15 ounces. This jacket, the black Mountain Hardwear, is a bit thicker. It weighs in at 17.5 ounces. And this blue Mountain Hardwear is the most robust down jacket. It's noticeably puffier and heavier. This is made for extreme weather. It weighs a whopping 36.5 ounces. Here's a comparison of the thicknesses of each jacket. As you can see, the orange and blue jacket are about the same. The black jacket is substantially thicker, and the blue jacket is even thicker. Though all of these would probably work for Kilimanjaro, I personally would select the black Mountain Hardwear jacket as it is a good balance between warmth, weight, and size. Of course, each individual has a varying degree of cold tolerance. While a certain jacket might be suitable for one person, it might not be enough for another in the same weather conditions. So take other people's advice when it comes to gear with a grain of salt. And while we're talking about weather, I should mention that the conditions on the mountain change drastically. A particular jacket might be perfect in mild 30-degree weather, but completely inadequate in a blizzard. When it comes to selecting your down jacket, you want to prepare for the worst possible scenario, and that means erring on the side of warmth. Because the climb is fully supported, the weight of a thicker down jacket, which amounts to just a few extra ounces in most cases, shouldn't be a concern. While many people have been exposed to very cold temperatures at some point in their lifetime, not many people have had to withstand the cold for so many hours straight. So the question you should ask yourself when picking a down jacket is, would I be able to tolerate negative 20-degree temperatures for a period of 6 to 8 hours wearing this and your other layers? If you can confidently answer yes, then you have yourself a good down jacket. I'm Kevin with Ultimate Kilimanjaro. Please like and subscribe to our channel for more videos, join our Facebook group to discuss all things Kilimanjaro, and visit our website to learn more. I'll see you on the summit.